Nearly $1,000 out of pocket. That is exactly what this Dogtra Pathfinder 2 and Compass handheld GPS unit setup cost. Two collars, the Compass handheld unit, and upgraded contact points, 1-inch contact points. Is there any utility here for the average person, or did a major company just charge me a premium to beta test their hardware configuration on my property lines? Let's take a look at that. Let's find out. Let us look at the baseline data, right, which gives you the absolute biggest selling point of the Pathfinder 2 ecosystem is the complete lack of monthly overhead or extra overhead. Let's just put it that way. Most high-end satellite tracking systems or networks want you to pay a monthly fee, or you pay a cheaper price if you pay annually, just to access that data, your data, no less. Dogtra gives you live tracking. It's up to 21 dogs if you purchase all the collars, that is, with zero extra fees. For a multi-dog household running high drive assets such as Malinois, Shepherds, and Kangals, that's a pretty big deal, especially when we're out adventuring, in different states and areas. That's non-negotiable for me. This system, though, is heavily marketed for hunters, right? And rightfully so. Hunters need this. Bird doggers, they need this system more than we do. But it is universal. There's a few things that you have to get through, like little nuances such as the operational shorthand specific to hunters, right? So if you're managing a homestead, you have to translate that matrix or those particular shorthand pieces into your, what you would think of or use, right? So, for example, pointing just means that the dog has stopped moving, right? Or treeing. Treeing means they put two paws up on a structure. Hog, when you see that alert on your screen, it means that the multiple dogs are barking within 20 meters of each other, which is a nice feature because on a homestead or on a trail or in the backwoods, that means that something's got all the dogs agitated or riled up and barking together. So that's not necessarily a bad function. You just have to know how to translate it. Dogtra further quotes that you get a 2.5 hour battery limit on the collar under heavy data loops. On our property tests and training field, we think they're underselling their performance. I don't know though. We easily pull anywhere from 4 to 10 hours on the collars, but then again, we don't need the GPS constantly pulling miles away, right? So they do have a battery saver function that's supposed to help that. You could turn the transmitter and the receiver, the collar and the handheld off. There's ways to increase your battery life. It just depends on what you're doing. There'll be more on that down the road because I will be testing that a little bit more in depth. Also, pairing the phone app and the collars to the Compass handheld unit are actually really easy and intuitive. Thank God. Now for the things that I actually don't like, right? The handheld beeps continuously when an asset stops moving or when you put it in the sleep mode right away, right? So you kind of have to deal with that nuance, or you have to make sure you're as soon as you're coming into the house with the dogs, you immediately put it in the sleep mode or you turn it off. The other thing is that antenna, the keepers, right? I really think there should have been antenna keepers to manage the antennas on these. The antennas are just huge. They get in the way of things. They are constantly hitting, clacking, and they're just they're a nuisance in general. To me, that's a cheap shortcut to kind of milk more money out of the buyer, the user, right? Dogtra should have included them, and I don't think that would have cost them a lot of extra, and they still would have a great overhead on that. If you want to see the full and read the full breakdown on these, take a look at ttdk9.com. I do a full review, good, bad, ugly, everything. You name it, it's there. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching this, and life is short. Bring the dogs. Thank you.